Oh, hi there. Hello and welcome to World Archery's watch along for Recurve Sunday at the very first Hyundai Archery World Cup stage of the 2025 season. Yesterday we had compound action, and this brings to the very last day of this first stage, and it's Recurve Sunday. Well, of course, one of the big storylines that we explored yesterday in the show was the fact that compound is now Olympic. If you didn't hear it before, you're not dreaming. This is actually going to happen in LA 2028. And as almost a coincidence and kind of a token of good luck to that, news came out during the World Cup in the United States. So nothing more significant than have compound archery have its Olympic debut on American soil, where compound, of course, was invented, and it's such a strong nation in that regard. But well, compound was yesterday. Now it's time for Recurve Archery. I just introducing myself real quick. I'm Bernardo Oliveira, Brazilian Olympic archer, and today I'm joined by two amazing guests. I have here with me Marc Dellenbach, three-time Olympic medal-winning coach. Worked for 15 years in the French national team, 7 years in the German team, and now head coach of the World Archery Excellence Center here in Lausanne, Switzerland. By the way, where we're talking to you from at the Archery Plus studio. And Marc, thank you so much for coming to the show.
Thank you, Bernardo. Happy to be here. Hello, everyone.
Yeah. And also joined by Natalia Manjares, Mexican/Spanish, and Olympic hopeful. We're hoping to be in LA 2028. Natalia, thanks for being here with us.
Thank you for having me, Bernardo. Hi, everyone.
It's funny because we're going to have... I'm mixing it up because we had the final of the mixed team. It was Mexico and Spain.
Yeah.
And made me think of you. So why don't we just start talking about your path to LA? Like, you're going to be shooting for Mexico, for Spain, or what do you have in mind?
Well, the plan is for Spain. I made the swap a year ago. So the plan is for Spain, and we're currently building up to be able to make the selections next year. And then we'll see from there on making a first debut in international competitions. So we'll see.
Great stuff.
So she will be ready. We are working on it.
I believe you.
Having the best coach, how can I not?
Yeah. It's yesterday. If you were with us yesterday, we had Marie Orachkova and Adam Lee from Czechia, and they were here at the World Archery Excellence Center this week, just like they've been doing for the last couple of months, to train with you, Marc.
Yes.
And we're having more and more international athletes come here to the World Archery Excellence Center. I came here first as an athlete to train, did train with Marc, just like you came, Natalia. And we're going to be seeing in a couple of moments' time Alejandra Valencia, who was here, in January, February?
Yeah. Yes, 2 weeks, and I was there also at the end of February in Mexico.
Yeah, so today we're going to be following you, analyzing real time whether she is doing what you guys worked on or not.
Yeah,
No pressure.
for sure.
Well, the pressure's on her, but
Yeah.
she's not listening to what we're doing. But, to kind of start warming up for today's session, when we watch a broadcast like this, we're seeing, of course, the big matches and everything, but you, Marc, with more than 2 decades experience as an international coach, you know very well what's the routine of a day like this. So the competition started on Tuesday, but everything that happened was building up to today, the big day, the medal matches day. Talk us through what's happening before what we see on TV, on the broadcast. Like, how does the day start? How is the preparation before actually starting the big match?
I think it depends on the archer and, of course, the experience of the archers. If you see, for example, Alejandra Valencia, I think she gets more than 22 medals in World Cup, so she knows exactly what's happened in a day like this. So the routine are built, and it's just to repeat and to apply the process. And for other archers, when it's the first time, of course, it's new because it's an arena. There is spectators, a crowd, and a lot of noise. So you have to be prepared for this. But unfortunately, it's not possible to repeat exactly the same condition in training. So that's why they have to figure out with the routine, the bracing routine, and self-talk and try to to manage, especially at the beginning of the match, because it's the most stressful, and after they are in the match, and I think it's going as they decide.
Absolutely. But on the practical side, like talk us through and talk us the audience, of course. What is it like? Like, how long before? Like now we're getting images from the venue. We're like literally minutes away from the beginning of the competition. But like, how long before do you get to the venue? And how long before the match you actually start shooting in the warm-up field? Like, take us through that for the people who see this as like a very distant reality.
Usually we have only 1 hour before the match to train, so we try to go 1 hour before this 1 hour of training session, just to prepare, to build the two bows and everything, make the warm-up routine before start shooting. So it's most of the time 2 hours before the first match.
And more or less, how many arrows would you recommend shooting before?
It depends on the archer, but it can be between 30, 40, 50 arrows at 70 meters before shooting. But it really depends on the feeling of the archer.
All right. Okay, so we're getting the very first images. We have a lot of new things for this year in the broadcast. The very format of this watch along, if you were with us last year, I was a member of lots of watch-alongs last year. We had a different format, and we have lots of new things, and also in the broadcast of the feed on venue. And so if you're watching with us, if you're not, there is a QR code on this side of the screen. I hope to get it right because yesterday I got it wrong. But you have a QR code that will take you to archery.tv. That's Archery Plus. You can check out all the subscription options. I'm sure you can find a good one that suits you. And now it's a great time to subscribe because we are at the start of the season and there is a lot to look forward to this year. We have all the regular 4 stages of the World Cup. We have the World Championships. We have the World Cup final and many other competitions that you can follow on Archery Plus. But anyway, we're happy to have you here with us. And we see now on the feed, and this really caught my attention yesterday, is we have the final 4s coming into the venue just to, present themselves and, try new stuff. Yesterday, when we saw the very first archer come in, I was like, why are they coming in without the bows?
Exactly.
Yeah. And then we understood what was going on. But yeah, we're almost ready. We see actually Penny Healy there putting her quiver, chest guard. She's going to be facing Li Jiaman in the very first match. So on the right-hand side of your screen, here on our watch-along, you have the schedule. We're going to start first semifinal, Penny Healy from Great Britain facing Li Jiaman from China. And then Casey Caulfield from the United States, home favorite, up against Alejandra Valencia from Mexico. Something that caught my attention about this lineup is that out of the 4 women, only one of them doesn't have an Olympic medal. And this is like by no means something that disqualifies Penny Healy as an archer because she's a great archer. So we have a very strong lineup coming up for the final 4s in the women's, right?
For sure, because all of them shot in Paris, and as you say, 3 of them get medal. The Chinese with team, Alejandra also with team, and Casey in the mixed team. So yeah, we will see if it's an advantage to get a medal in Paris or not.
We'll see. And just starting a new Olympic cycle, right?
Exactly, it's something to point out. That just after the games, we restart with the archers who get success on the last Olympics. So.
Yeah.
Maybe it's a psychological edge. We will see.
I think it's good for Penny to start this season like this. No medals in Olympics, nothing, and starting fresh.
But with the experience. Because,
so,
she has already been to the games. She broke the ice a little bit.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So I think it's a good way to start the season.
Now, something that also caught our attention. We were even talking yesterday about the weather. What is it like to shoot like when it's really cold, when it's really hot? And I suppose that now, because you're from Mexico, but you're living here in Switzerland a couple of years now, you must be used to both, right? To shooting under the like extreme heat and also in the cold weather.
Cold, yeah.
Yeah, but what changes?
Honestly, for me, I think it was very different because growing up in Mexico, even though it was very hot, you can ask my dad. I was so happy to just go. My dad would be, Natalia, it's raining. It's your time to go out. Like, I was really, really happy to train in the cold and in the rain. So I think it's not very different to what I was used to in Mexico. Definitely, there's no much hot, and I think I really like it when it's really not hot conditions, and because in Mexico it can get up to 35 degrees and it's humid, so it's not really the best conditions. So I think it's a good contrast. But it's good.
Okay then, so we're starting very first set. Who's going to be shooting first? That is Lee Jaman. Okay. Both on the goal to start with. I think, yeah, especially looking at the flags, the wind is way less a factor today than yesterday.
Yeah.
Like yesterday was pretty crazy. I did follow the team matches earlier today, and team was of course a factor, but well, compared to yesterday, like so far it looks, yeah, more
Yeah.
mild.
So both archers are shooting very fast. Huh?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Lee Jaman, being Asians in general, tend to shoot fast, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, it's a good way to finish.
okay. Do you think that that first arrow by Penny that was like, oh my goodness, I just realized, and I apologize to the audience that I hadn't toggled in the match. So now you're coming up with the graphics of the match. I apologize for that. So we see that Penny Healy's arrow, the first one, was almost out of the gold to the right. You think that she was like compensating, and then when she saw that that arrow landed there, she was like, okay, now I can just aim in the middle, and then she hit 2 10s.
Probably, I think she did it because she have experience, and you know that the first arrow is very important. First to shoot well, and after to adjust. So I don't remember if she moved aside. I don't think so. So probably.
Yeah, I
she
didn't
aimed
see
off.
either. Yeah, could be.
Now, something that a lot of people they get surprised when I'm people who don't know archery that well, and if you could explain this to us, Natalia. People get really surprised when they hear that we're not aiming at the yellow all the time. So how
Yeah.
important it is to aim off, for example, as crazy as that sounds for somebody who's new to our sport.
Well, it's very important because when we're talking about wind conditions, and I think now I'm putting it more into practice since I'm shooting with 33 pounds, almost 34. Sometimes when you aim at the center, the arrow is going to hit, let's say, probably 5 to the right. So when you're not able to put that how to call it, to put the sight into the adjusted in order for you to aim at the center and it hit the center. So let's say if I aiming at the 10 and it hits a 5, I would aim to the 5 on the other side in order to hit a 10. So it's really important when we're talking about wind where you cannot make those adjustments quickly. So in this case, we're seeing maybe that in previous matches, they maybe had to aim off a little bit in order to get that 10.
Yeah, talking about aim off, I think that's what Lee Jaman is doing, but without much success.
Yeah.
So I think wind is blowing to the left. We even have one of the flags there on the left
Yeah.
showing that, but maybe not drifting as much as they're expecting.
Yeah, but most of the time it's not only a question on to know exactly where you have to aim, but it's more the confidence.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You need to have to aim off in the right position.
And talk about
Yeah.
confidence with Penny Healy starting with 229s. Man, 4-0 up against an archer of the caliber of Lee Jaman, who is an Olympic medalist, the reigning World Cup champion, so the reigning, the defending champion. And yeah, talk about starting confident. You 4-0 up on such a strong archer. That's got to be a good confidence boost. And
For
with
sure.
229s, like you see one athlete is struggling with the wind, but Penny Healy is like,
She's dominating the wind.
yeah,
She
yeah,
knows
wind
what
is
she's
not blowing
doing.
for her.
Yeah. Do you think it really makes a difference training and living in a country where you have rain conditions, windy conditions? When you show up to competition, it's way much. You feel more. It's not easier, but you feel more confident knowing that you can handle the situation.
Yeah, I believe that everything is a question of training. So
Yeah.
for sure, when you have this kind of condition nearly every day, it helps.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, we don't know about Lee Jaman's training conditions, but we hear a lot about British weather.
Yeah.
And,
So we can expect.
yeah.
Especially now at the beginning of the season, you know, we
Uh-huh.
are at the beginning of April. I remember a European Grand Prix in Lilleshall 2 years ago or 3 years ago. It was really, really, really tricky.
Yeah. Now, we are at the third set in what could be the last one, because this is how the set system goes. And Lee Jaman really needs to make a comeback. A 10 would be much needed now. Ooh. Maybe she overcorrected the sight, because she had all her group was low. Now she's just shot one high. Well, a tie will do to keep Lee Jaman alive in the match, but not ideal.
It's time to shoot a 10, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She has only one match so far in the match.
There we go.
Yeah, up to Penny. A 10, 6-0 victory. Ticket for a gold medal match. Oh,
Oof.
just out, I think, huh? The
Yeah.
shadow is making it tricky,
No,
but
it's 27 also.
Yeah.
Yeah, 27 apiece. And there we have Lloyd Brown, American coach, but who's been so long in the UK. You know Lloyd?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. He was visiting me in France when he start in GB, and we make some training camps together. And I know him, of course, because in 1996 he was behind the 2 gold medal.
Yeah, in Atlanta.
In Atlanta, from Justin Rich on the men team. So
Yeah, you're right. In the watch along for the Olympics, we had him and Justin Hewish, who won. Yeah, he won individual and he won team. And yeah. Okay.
So a lot of experience on the field, no?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. And if you're following the competition on Archery Plus, you have the option of listening to the brilliant commentary by Karen Bashir and Jeff Vandenberg. But you can also hear to what Mark has to say, Natalia, and hopefully me if I say something interesting. Here we go. Fourth set, Penny Healy in a comfortable position. 5-1 up on Lee Jaman. Now for Lee Jaman, all that matters is winning the next 2 sets to force a shoot-off. Ooh, now Penny has been shooting high for some time now. Maybe it's about time she corrects her sight.
That's good.
Ooh,
That's what she needs.
at last, back. Only her second 10 in the match.
Ooh.
Ooh, and maybe there's an opening.
There we go.
Oh, yeah.
9 enough.
Still alive.
Still alive. Okay. Yeah, still high. The last 2 sets,
Yeah.
we see her giving a few clicks on her site
Yeah,
over there.
She adjusting.
Yeah,
for the
adjusting.
next.
But then, from all the experience you have, Mark, you as a coach in the box over there, if you were the coach for Lee Jaman, what are you telling your athlete in a situation like this? Like, very uncomfortable situation. You're trailing 5-1, 5-3. You still got to force a shoot off. What's your talk in
I think
between the
it's
sets?
just keep going, because if you see her, we don't feel too much pressure. She's just try to apply the strategy she had, and maybe shooting was a little bit too fast, I can say. So it was the preparation was not so strong. That's why there's a lot of 9. But now she's going into the match, and I think if you see now, it's really really strong, good release, good follow throw, and she hit the 10.
Yeah. Yeah, and definitely she is.
And we saw that she's keep focus on really in her match.
All right. So she's done it. She needed to win 2 sets. She's won the first. Now she needs to repeat the magic to force a shoot off. Li Jiaman shooting first.
Oof.
Wind is still playing tricks, I'd say.
Ooh,
Definitely.
yeah, same.
And definitely.
And I don't understand, so it's probably
Is it probably more windy towards the target?
Yeah, in the earlier session, Jeff, I heard him say, and I think he's got a good point. Maybe where the athletes are, they are a little bit shielded from the wind.
Yeah.
And then downrange, maybe the wind is actually stronger. So this can really play some tricks.
Yeah, because we do see a lot of left and rights.
Now, Li Jiaman really needs a 10 now.
Oof,
Good
Okay.
group.
Yeah, just not on the good place.
not enough.
And
Yes,
yeah,
she did it.
there she has it. Okay. There you have it. And from my experience, this first match is really hard. Like, it's the icebreaker. And how much of a big deal it is for you, like, in terms of confidence, to win this first match. One of you, one at a time, please.
Not,
You can go.
to be honest, it's more complicated for the World Cup final, because when you come for the World Cup final, you have no qualification, you have no matches before, and you really start directly with a match, and if you lose, it's finished. So I think for them, they are here from 4, 5, 6 days, so they know exactly the place, and it's easier to manage. And of course, it's still a match on the semi-final, but there is another match after, because you have the gold or the bronze medal match. So they just have to take information to be ready for the next arrows they have to shoot.
Yeah, but so picking up on that, what is different? Like, what is the format of the competition, like a regular stage, and what is different on the final?
Well, on the regular stage, it's the same place where you shot qualifications, so you're used to that. You're used to probably going there, coming back. You have more dynamic situation. In the finals, it's really just the two of you with probably with a crowd. Maybe even if there's not too much crowd today, it's still the place is very different to what you're used to. So you're coming there for the first time, and it definitely adds some different kind of pressure than if you're doing it where you've already been through the whole week.
Yeah, and then traveling to the final to maybe shoot one match. That's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, and there she is, Alejandra Valencia. We talked about her already on today's watch along. She was here at the World Archery Excellence Center to train with Mark. You trained with her,
Yeah.
Natalia. And this was something I wanted to ask you is, I believe you grew up in archery watching Alejandra.
Yeah.
And what was it like training with her and having this daily kind of like a rapport with her?
I think it was really amazing seeing how what you see in TV like really comes to life training next to her, she's really focused. She's really into her thing, but she's also a person. So you see also her side, like you're like, okay, she's like, she can be like me. Like she's very playful and joyful and outside of the shooting line. But you really get to see that focus when she's shooting and she's doing her thing. So it's really impressive to see that double thing that you don't see in TV.
See the human side of
Exactly.
it.
Is it typically Mexican? This kind of
Yes.
enjoy the life and everything.
For sure. And you see it really in Ale. She's really a cheerful person and very. But you see her on TV and she's really focused. She has a killer eye, so it's really
Yeah, laser focus.
laser focus. It's really interesting to see both sides.
So first arrow's already in. Casey's last one. Yeah, strong
Yeah,
start
strong.
by Casey. Alejandra could give us the first 30 of the session.
They're
Just out.
a little bit out.
Yeah.
I think it's good because they've both been already in the finals arena, so I think they're a bit more comfortable as well with their shooting.
That's a good point. So, funnily enough, because Penny, she didn't shoot yet in this venue today, and she came out on top of Lee Jaman, who shot 2 matches. She shot the team final where they won, and then the mixed team bronze where they lost it to Germany. So she had this experience, and you would think that it would make a lot of difference, but she was actually the one struggling more with the wind, and Penny just read the situation so quickly.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
She went through it.
Yeah.
That's where training pays off. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, like in this replay, we can really see that laser focus, the killer eyes. Yeah.
The eye of the tiger.
The eye of the tiger.
I think you would see her on TV and you would think she's very serious. She's very... And you see her outside and you're like, wow,
Yeah.
nothing to do.
Ooh, just clipping the line over there.
Yeah.
Same as the first one. First set.
Oh, that seemed to be really good timing from Alejandra, huh? Really flowed nicely. And maybe even the fact that she's adjusting the sight, like maybe she was really happy with that shot, and she's kind of like, yeah, let me adjust the sight for that one.
Yeah. We don't think they're aiming off anymore, right? Doesn't look like... Well, if we see in the flags, there's not much wind.
Yeah. No. Yesterday, if you watched it, there were many shots where like the shirt was...
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it was crazy.
A little bit shaky.
Ooh. I'd say she was... Yeah, she should be happy with having that arrow in the 9 because that didn't look like the best finish.
Yes.
Yeah.
Whoa.
She has really good timing, really in the flow.
29.
She's not struggling also. If you compare both archers, you see some struggling sometimes with Casey.
Why do you say this?
It can be because of the pondage.
Yeah, no, but I mean, what do you see that tells you they're struggling?
But it's just if you see the elbow, for example, or the bow hands or the face, you see sometimes that there is some movement, which is not the case with Alejandra.
She makes it look easy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I get a feeling, and you trained her a couple of months ago here, Mark. I get a feeling that she's really strong.
Yes.
Right? She makes it look easy, but like she shoots with considerable bow weight, considerable poundage, and she makes it look easy.
Exactly, but there is a lot of preparation behind. That means a lot of arrows, of course, but also athletic training, gym, and specific bow training, which is very important now. It's not only a question of numbers of arrows, it's also a specific work to master the bow, especially in this condition. But struggling in the final arena can be also stress management.
And Casey is at home. The home crowd, the home factor can be an advantage or it can be a disadvantage.
Exactly. It's better.
Begin-
This one was better.
Yeah.
You
There you
see
go.
that was more stable.
You called it. So this is why we bring people like you, Mark, because he called it before the arrow landed. So
I love when you can hear the Mexican crowd on the back.
this was something
Cheering.
that we were talking about yesterday. That like the Mexicans and the Indians, they were by far the loudest.
For sure.
Yeah.
But that's a good preparation for LA because we can expect also a lot of Mexican in the crowd.
Oh,
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah. Okay, why is it not showing this match over there on the watch along? Whoa, 29 again for
Did
Caulfield. As I try to correct this little glitch. Yeah, okay. Finally, I have it back there. Man, what a match, huh? Because we have Alejandro Valencia 29, 29, 28. KZ 29, 28, 29.
Yeah. It's high level.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
no arrows outside of the gold. So everything 9 or 10. Now, in this replay, we can see it's just a detail, but that Casey, she has her side pin is slightly tilted so that it's parallel to the ground when she's at full draw.
Exactly.
It's is this something you've done before? Because I think it's a minor thing, but this is something that has caught my attention about her bow.
No, not really for me.
Yeah. But I mean, doesn't make it worse for sure. But all right, 3-3, very high level match, tighter than the previous one for sure. Beginning of the fourth set, this could definitely go either way.
I think this is the kind of final match you want to look at.
Yeah, that's right. Just out, still looking good. Ooh, the timing was beautiful. Huh?
Yeah.
Some bow quando, as Karim likes to call it, like that last moment movement, correcting the shot, clearly worked.
There we go.
Ooh, she's on fire, man.
She's really consistent, very stable.
She's on fire.
Definitely very confident. I think you can tell with Casey that every shot has been different. There's
Yeah,
no...
exactly. But
That's it.
No, and look at the group, right? 3 tens, but
yeah, close to 2 weeks.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, and it's the coach that was here with her, huh?
Yeah, exactly.
Chitlali, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's cool, yeah. It took me a week to learn her name, but every day I was like, I'm sorry, what's your
Again?
name again? The fourth or fifth time that I asked, I was so embarrassed. Have you met other people in Mexico with this name, Chitlali?
No, never.
Oh, okay. so
Never,
at
but you
least-
you hear it and you're like, it's Mexican.
No. Okay, once again, 5-3. And I wouldn't be surprised if it's a shoot-off, huh?
Yeah.
Before we continue, real quick, can you explain, Natalia, for somebody who doesn't know, how does the set system work that we use in Recurve?
Yeah, of course. So we have 2 points if you win. If you have the most amount of points shot in 3 arrows, so it would be 2 points. 1 point if you tie. Let's say you both shot 27, it would be 1 point, and 0 points if you get nothing, if you shot less than the other one. So you sum up to 6, so whoever gets to 6 first takes the win. if you get to 5, you should shoot off.
If it's 5-5.
5-5, it would be a shoot off.
Great stuff. Different from cumulative scoring that we had yesterday. And yet another 10 from Alejandra Valencia. This makes it, we have a count there, makes it 9 for her this match. Absolutely crazy. That wasn't a good finish, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's really all in the timing and the technique. You see Alejandra's the same every time.
And she's looking like the clear favorite
Yeah.
to win gold here today.
Look like Euro's got the right GPS. Huh?
Yeah. Was a good end for Casey with a 10.
Whoa.
She got it.
Whoa. In or out?
Ooh, I think might be out.
I think out also,
Yeah.
but close.
It's
Think
still
out.
it's still a good end.
Spotter is calling it in. Let's see. Well, anyway, it doesn't.
Yeah, even if it's out.
Yeah, it doesn't matter because we can put her as the winner. Alejandra Valencia, there you go. Well,
So
why?
that's only the second final for Alejandra individually. I think she was one time silver
In a stage.
in a stage.
Whoa. But she has
6-time bronze medal.
Yeah.
But it will be interesting. It will be the first victory.
The first gold. Okay. Big thing. Why don't I mean, of course.
It was one of the goals he mentioned when she come here. Yeah, I want to have gold.
Okay. I see. Yeah.
She got it.
I mean, not yet.
Not yet, but
Yeah, we'll see.
we'll see.
But she took an important step. Can you share, like whatever you can share, about the work you did with her?
Yes, for sure. But first, I offer her to come 2 weeks here to know each other and to work also with the national coach, which is very important for me because I can't see her every day, and we really need someone who help her on the daily training because that's for me the key of the success.
Mm-hmm.
So what I offer is a technique analyze first, even if she was one of the top of the world, but
Yeah, 2 Olympic medals already.
2 Olympic medals,
Yeah.
4 World Championships medals, and as we discussed, 22 medals in the World Cups. But still, I think there's always small things to improve technically. And it's the right time to do it because we are 3 years before the Olympics, and I think they were also waiting for this. So. We work on basic stuff. As you know, I have a mechanic approach, so I think we have to respect the mechanic of the bow, the mechanic of the body, and if we do this, for sure, it's hitting the middle. It's easy. So we work on the body position. We work on the left shoulder, which is for me the most important thing. And we work also on the pre-draw direction. Many things like this to try to have a shot more fluent, easy, and with a better balance. That was the goal, and after also some exercise to improve the strength conditioning. But she already have experts around her, so it's just also to work all together in the same direction.
Yeah. Okay. And assuming what you work with Mark is pretty much along these lines.
Yeah,
like,
exactly. Yeah, it's very similar.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's I make no difference. Of course, with Natalia is different, but at the end, it's still a bow. It's still a human body, and to be efficient and to be consistent, because the most important is not to shoot a 10 one time. It's to shoot consistency in every condition, and we see now that it works. So, yeah.
Yeah, I usually say that at the Olympic Games you have 64 athletes, 64 women, 64 men. Easily, the top half, in a good day in practice, they can shoot the score necessary to win the Olympic gold.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing is, doing it consistently and doing it when it matters.
Exactly.
This is what really
Exactly.
differentiates people.
To be honest, I because I don't know, I like statistics, but I don't know all the statistics. I checked that the personal best of these four archers just before, and I think there is 3 points different between the worst and the best one. So I think 678 to 681 for Penny.
Wow.
So at the end, it's
Yeah.
really the same level.
Yeah.
If we are talking only about
the
ranks,
best.
the
Yeah.
best,
Yeah,
the personal best.
Yeah.
So that means every archer can win.
Yeah, that's right. Well, I have updated on the right-hand side of your screen. We have then the schedule. We had Penny Healy, first semifinal. She beat Li Jiaman 6-4. A match that was tighter than we thought it was going to be at some point. Then we had Alejandra Valencia beating home favorite Casey Caulfield 7-3. And so we have then the bronze medal match about to get started. Casey Caulfield up against Li Jiaman. And then Penny Healy, Alejandra Valencia facing each other for gold. Penny Healy already won a World Cup stage. Alejandra Valencia, surprisingly, yet to win her first. Everything is ready. We're beginning the first set of the bronze medal match. Li Jiaman shooting first.
Well, we see there is a little bit of wind to the left on the there we go.
Now, it caught my attention, that thing under her stabilizer, Casey. You see?
I think she made a video at some point explaining. Maybe it's like a for the vibration. It kind of like
I had never seen that.
yeah, but I've never seen it before either.
Yeah, difficult to say, but it's probably this.
Okay, well, Casey's still
What is
struggling.
complicated for Casey, I think, she just have the
Previous
she
match,
shot,
yeah.
and she directly have to restart with the bronze medal match,
Yeah,
which is more easier, I think, for the Chinese because she had 15 minutes break and she can refocus.
Yeah.
But for Casey, she directly shoot for the bronze, so it's and she lost. We can say maybe probably a little bit confidence because the last ends it was
Yeah.
more
Yeah.
left and right arrows. So let's see.
yeah. She started really strong, but then she didn't finish well.
Yeah.
And then to pick up right after that, right, and be thrown into the venue, into the arena once again, and having to perform. This is always a topic of discussion. I see a moment, and I felt it myself when I lost the semifinal, and then I was straight back into the bronze medal match, and I was actually happy because I was like, man, I want to get there and I want to get it right and all. But it can also play the other way, and you be kind of like, man, I'm not confident. I just wish I could sit down and breathe a little bit.
Yeah, exactly.
And especially in this case, because you are in semi-final, so that means you did the job before. You arrive in semi-final, you lost your first match, and now you have one more chance to get a medal or not.
Yeah.
So it can be very, very fast.
Yeah,
And
and I shared yesterday as well. 2 of my best results as an archer were 4th place, and it was in big competitions, and so I was happy to be in among them the finalists. But it's not nice to be walking away without a medal, to get so close and then
Yeah.
in the end,
For sure.
so you don't want to be fourth.
yeah, it's frustrating.
Yeah, that's the first time I saw this on the stabilizer.
Yeah, it's different. I want to look this up.
But it's really Casey really doesn't know what's going on. She's making the shot and it's not. She looks a bit confused.
And it's already annoying and frustrating enough when this happens in practice
Yeah.
on a big stage like this.
Oof.
And Mark, how do you work the ability to, because in high level, like in practice, we shoot hundreds of arrows. In a competition, like today, each archer for a competition they're going to be shooting tops 30 arrows. So you really don't have time to take your time to get back into your shot. You have to come back really fast. How do you train this?
Yeah, even if it's not possible to reproduce the condition, you can do it in training. For example, I have an exercise, it's 30 times 3 arrows. So you shoot only 90 arrows, but it's 30 times 3 arrows, 30 sets, and you have to shoot the 3 arrows, take your arrows, come back, and you try to have, because it's an habit. If you shoot 8, 10, 12 arrows per hand, and at the end you have 1 or 2 8, it doesn't matter if you have, let's say 8, 10, you say, okay, I'm ready, but you still have this 2 8. So the consistency is very important, and that's why even if you shot 8, 9 or 10 arrows, you have to keep the goal. Because if you shot 8 in training, you shoot 8 in competition.
Yeah.
True, true. Now, Casey Caulfield finds herself in the same situation Li Jiaman was in the semifinal, trailing 4-0, but starting with an axe, dead center.
That's what she
you
needed.
Want.
Yeah.
Ooh. Li Jiaman finding the consistency she didn't have before.
Casey still has a good chance to turn her around.
And as you see now, the timing of Casey is longer
Oh, I jinxed it.
compared to the two first end of
Yeah.
the semi-final.
Oh,
Yeah.
super strong. Pretty much in her hands. Yeah, so 27. 8 for the win for Li Jiaman.
There we go.
Whoa, what a group.
That was a nice
What
group.
a group. Look at that.
You can really see an improvement from the first match to now.
Yeah,
Much more confidence.
there you go. Now, it's really nice to see Li Jiaman, like, in the recent years, being so strong in the senior, in the main category, because she won the Youth Olympic Games in Nanjing 2014 when it was in her home country. And funnily enough, the World Cup final this year is going to be in Nanjing. So she might be there in a place that for sure brings her many good memories.
Yeah.
And so she won a youth competition, and maybe now she can win the main one in Nanjing as well. But it's really cool to see, like, she coming from the Youth Olympics, graduating into the senior category, and now achieving the results. Very strong archer.
Yeah, we have more and more very good archers who are coming from the youth category. Not cadet, but junior. If you see in the past, also Mete Gazos was really strong.
Yeah, in the Youth
Ansan
Olympics.
won also the World Junior Championship. So
Yeah. Okay, so there you go. We already have our bronze medalist, Li Jiaman. Casey Caulfield will have to settle with 4th, which is not bad. She is also earning important points to qualify for the final. And the winner is already guaranteed to be in the final.
yeah,
And
exactly.
how does it make a difference in terms of planning for the season when you know this early that you're going to be in the final?
Not really, I think, because the focus are more on the stage at the beginning, on the World Championship in September. So after, I can say the World Cup final is a bonus. for the archers. But of course, to know that, you just have to keep your training process after the World Championships to prepare the World Cup final.
Yeah.
But I think the plan for the World Championship is done now and is on the road. So there's no change to do before because you are qualified now for the final.
Yeah, so what you're saying is that this year all the focus is World Championships.
On World Cup stage, of course, because it's the best way to prepare the World Championships.
Okay.
And but if you know that you are qualified for the final, you have to postpone your holidays.
Yeah. Okay. Beginning of the grand final for the recurve women. Penny Healy shooting first.
Ooh.
Considerable
It's a good
bow
save.
kwando that clearly worked. Starting on the 10, just on the line. And Alejandra Valencia responds.
And if you really see the flag, there's not much wind on the target now.
Yeah.
It's finished, yes.
Ooh, we thought this was going to be high-level match, and so far...
That's what we're getting.
Yeah. Ooh,
Oof.
just out. And there's an opening for Alejandra.
Oof.
Yeah, on the other side. Okay, so Penny 2-0 up on Alejandra.
Well, the flags now, we could see a little bit before, they were quite...
Random question here, Natalia.
Yeah.
Here, with Archery Excellence Center, we rent a house for athletes to stay in when they come. You've been staying and living on that house.
Yeah.
This is where Alejandra was. So
Yes.
for 2 weeks, you were living together. Does she cook?
Oof. You need to try. She makes the best caldo de pollo you'll ever try. It reminded me to
Really?
Mexico for sure. Yes,
Okay.
it's really
Man,
good.
it's mean, and I started this, so it's my fault. But talk about Mexican food right now.
Not the best idea.
That
Hungry
was
now.
awesome, yeah.
No, but for sure
I
we
should ask
have.
them, can we have food delivered and we eat in the
We-
middle
yeah.
of watch one?
But you know what? We have this saying in Mexico that once you know how to cook, you can get married. So we have this thing. Alejandra, she made a couple times, like different kind of chicken, like I think it was like a mustard lemon chicken. Oh, she's ready to be married.
That sounds good, yeah. Mustard lemon chicken. Okay, well,
And we also get a very good tacos evening.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Man, I miss having a good burrito. But the burritos aside, Penny Healy, still very strong. Alejandra, on the other hand, now she's struggling,
Yeah.
laughing after that arrow. Maybe just thinking like, they just won't go in right now.
Ooh.
And look at her face. What was that, Penny?
She got the right GPS now.
Yeah, she did. Man, and
Just a little bit outside.
for the second time today, Penny Healy might be 4-0 up on her opponent.
She look at that confidence. It's really strong.
Yeah.
No doubts, no questions.
That's what you need for a
Steady,
gold medal
calm,
match.
Boom, 10.
Yeah. I really like Penny Healy's shot, like how it looks, you know. I really, really like her shooting. I know I heard that she struggled with some injuries.
Yeah,
and
she had a lot of injury
Yeah.
with the shoulder, so
Yeah.
it's good to see her now.
Yeah, but in general, I think her shot really, like, it looks
It's very
so
strong.
strong.
Yeah.
So much energy. It's really cool.
And you see the focus as well is really on point.
Yeah, she looks like she's shooting practice arrows.
She came to win. She came to win.
Well, it really looked like Alejandra came to win as well in the previous match, but now she's just... This is something that... It's so frustrating when, like... It feels like the shot is okay, But
It's
you're
not-
just missing that tiny percent to put it in the 10. You know, it's not bad, but it's not good enough. So
Yeah. I think it's really important when you can match the feeling to where it hits.
okay, Alejandra trailing 4-0 needs to make a comeback.
Oof.
What are we calling that?
Maybe a little bit. It might be in.
I think it's 9.
Let's hope it's 9. Yeah.
Ooh, good
Oh,
for
that
her.
might do it. Yeah.
Yeah.
She has a chance.
Now she really will be hoping that that one was in. Ooh.
Oof.
Oh man, on the other side.
Do we see wind?
For sure, it's playing a row. Yeah.
She's really managing.
Yeah. Penny mastering the conditions.
Oof.
Yeah, I think this is done and dusted. Sadly.
Wow.
Second stage win.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah, what a start.
What a
Yeah.
start, yeah. But I'm really surprised with, like, from what you saw, Mark, do you think that she was just struggling with reading the wind, Alejandra?
Oh, it's difficult to say from here. Probably 1 row or 2, and I think the match before was really strong. She shot
Yeah.
a lot of tens, so
Yeah.
it's sometimes complicated to keep this quality of consistency.
Yeah.
If we saw the second end, it was really 9.8, 9.9. So what can we see? What can we say about this?
Yeah.
Can it happen that you just lost the rhythm at some point and
Yes, just the flow you
Yeah.
had in the previous match, and after it's very fast, as you see. And
Yeah.
Penny shoot also very well. Lot of tens in the right moment, so it's difficult to. We have to discuss after exactly what's happened during this match, but yeah, I think yeah, it's a good start of the season.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah, great stuff. So we have Penny Healy already with a gold medal and ticket booked for Nanjing at the end of the season in October. Recapping the what we have for this year, then we have the first stage now in Central Florida and Haines City. In a month's time, we're gonna have second stage in Shanghai. Then right after that, in beginning of June, we have Antalya, then Madrid. Those are the 4 stages, and then attentions turn to the World Championships in Korea in September.
Exactly. That's a huge season after the games, and a long one because the World Championship is in September.
Yeah.
So on one hand, it was good because archers can have a break after the games and restart maybe at the end of the 2024, beginning of 2025.
Yeah. Yeah, now hearing from Penny Healy, her impressions after this win. Yeah, we just heard from Penny Healy right after her win. If you're wondering, and if you joined us, if you've just joined us, then we are watching the feed coming from Archery Plus. You have a QR code just here on your screen. You can just scan it. You will be directed to archery.tv, where there is Archery Plus, where you can follow all the action of this competition and many, many others. Just like also you can watch previous competitions. You have an immense archive of past competitions that you can watch on. Amazing matches, amazing performances. Yesterday we had here with us Maria Rachkova, the reigning world champion. You can watch her performance in Berlin 2023, which was mind-blowing. So don't think any longer. Just head into Archery Plus and subscribe. You can watch everything that we're watching right here, and we're gonna make you company just with this like relaxed, chill, fun, like just joining you as you watch the competition. And mentioning Berlin 2023, you won. You were world champion with the German team as a
Yes.
team,
Yes.
right? Booking ticket for Paris and everything. Would you say that this medal there is, I mean, maybe it's even hard for you to say because you have won so many things, but would you say it's one of the highlights of your career?
Yes, of
Yeah.
course. It was because it was in Berlin. I lived there and I trained in a foreign country. So that's, yeah, and it was also after the European title because we won the European title 1 year before, also in Germany, in Munich. So, no, it was a really good moment and a very good atmosphere. Unfortunately, it was not possible to go to Paris because I made the choice to come here. So to be honest, it was very difficult because I'm focused on the Olympic Games since
Yeah.
30 years. But yeah, no, it was a really, really great moment.
You, what is different for you? Like, for well over 2 decades, you were coaching a national team, going to competitions with the team. How does it feel now that you are on an international environment? You are at the World Archery Excellence Center working with a Mexican, with Alejandra, who's also Mexican, and Marie and Adam from Czechia. I worked with you. I'm from Brazil. What was it like? Because it was so long working in one kind of mindset, and now it's how is it different?
It was, I think, always in my head to help archers all over the world. After two experience in different country, I think it's time now to help everyone who wants to progress and to reach high level goals. So my main goal is really to have an international team here in the World Archery Excellence Center because the venue is amazing and we try to have more and more technology inside to be better and to have the best of the world.
I gotta say, because I'm working here, and some of the things that I see Natalia using and the other visiting athletes, I really wish I could have used it.
Yeah.
I used them myself.
It's very
Yeah,
interesting.
yeah. But it's really cool. Like, yeah, we're. I said in the beginning, we are at the World Archery Excellence Center in Lausanne, Switzerland, open for absolutely everyone of all levels. So if you're an enthusiast, you can get in touch with us. You can come here. You can, take benefit from all the knowledge and the infrastructure and everything. And so, really, I'm very proud to be a part of this and to build this international space for athletes, because this is something that I looked for in the beginning, and now helping other archers have it as well.
Yeah, not many countries in the world have good structure to progress. So that's why we have to offer for every archers who want to come, every coaches who want to improve their skill also, because it's not only training, it's also coaching, education.
Yeah, the knowledge.
And to produce a lot of contents also for the beginners, how to teach archery to beginners, to kids, because that's the key, to have the best technical skills at the beginning.
Yeah, that's right. A good start. Yeah.
Yeah. Can really be the best place to be if you want to do archery.
We're biased.
Yeah.
But come take a look for yourself. The British anthem. God save the king. Lived all my life saying God save the queen.
Yeah.
Still can get used to king, but tears of joy running down Penny's face. Something I like about her is I feel she's really unfiltered with emotions.
Yeah.
Right? It's like she was laser focused in the match. As soon as it's over, she was like this flood of emotions. She can't believe what's happening. It's yeah.
It really is a great moment for her.
Yeah, yeah, and fun, like fun in a good way to
Yeah.
watch. Like it's really, yeah, really cool. And we couldn't see before because of the hat, but now we see her hair is blue. She's always dyeing her hair in a different color, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you fancy dyeing your hair blue?
Absolutely not. I think it wouldn't suit me. But it
on.
definitely suits her.
No. Man, yesterday already I was talking about the capybaras that they're getting. I really want one of those, man. Like
Yeah.
the capybara teddy bear. Like,
I love it. It has like, what is it, like a turtle on the back?
yeah, that's
It's so cute.
It's even more amazing. Like,
It's really cute.
oh man, it's still crying. Oh, Penny.
On the first airborne watch,
Yeah, that's right. New
Yeah.
sponsor.
new
Yeah.
New
sponsor.
World Archery. And we see there Vanessa Lee doing the socials.
Yeah.
If by any chance you don't follow it yet, head to Instagram, check the stories that Vanessa Lee is doing. My good friend Vanessa Lee, she's an amazing person, and she's totally the person, like the right person to be doing this job. She's creating amazing content over there, and yeah, looking forward to seeing her sometime soon. It's been a really long time since I haven't met her. Do you know Vanessa Lee?
No.
No?
I've never met her.
No? Have you met her, Mark? Do you remember
Yes,
her? Yeah.
yes, yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Haven't had the pleasure yet, but I saw the stories and they're looking good.
Yeah. Canadian-born Korean girl, like Korean parents, but born in Canada, and yeah, she is one of a kind.
Well,
Okay, then. So now we turn our attention to Recurve Men. Out of the 8 matches we were gonna have today, we have done 4. And in a couple of moments' time, we're going to have the first semifinal between Andres Temino Mediel from Spain and Mete Gazos. Mete, what else do we have to say about him? World champion, European champion, Olympic champion.
he's got the titles.
Yeah. But I was something that caught my attention. A funny thing is Andres Temino, he won the first stage last year in...
Yeah.
No, the second stage. In Shanghai. What's the second? I don't know. Anyway, he won a stage last year in Shanghai, and it was a bit of a surprise because it was like he was a new name
Coming out of nowhere.
Just the fact that he made it into the final 4 was already a surprise, and then he shot the lights out. He destroyed everybody, and he won. No, actually, it was the first stage. Now I remember, it was the first stage, and now the first stage this year, he's back in the
Repeating
final
it.
4.
Yeah.
And after I guess an underwhelming season after his first title last year. So funny, like he has something with...
It remembers
first
me Steve Vischer, who won the first World Cup in Shanghai.
Yeah.
First participation, only one.
It's funny because Steve Weiler from the Netherlands, before the Rio Olympics, we went to Papendal in the Netherlands where the Dutch national team trains. And we had many team matches against like the main Dutch team, like the team that was going to the Olympics, and also kind of the secondary Dutch team, kind of the people that were right next. And one of them was Steve Weiler. And so we shot many matches together and all. And then a couple of years later, I see kind of this new Dutch guy just beating everyone, and he was world number 1, and he made a final and he beat Kim Woo-jin, and I was like, isn't that the guy that kind of this random guy that was there, and we were training together, and then all of a sudden, bah, he's just a...
Wow.
Yeah, it was funny. I was like, man, what happened in between that he's just like...
Well, yeah.
Yeah. No, he's really talented. Oh, and we can see the French over there,
Exactly.
right next to the Germans in the stands.
Yeah. Elisa.
Oh yeah, yeah. Hi, Elisa. Yeah. Oh, it's now it's funny to see the final product because in this very studio where we are, at the end of last year, we had Katharina Bauer, and Elisa Tatler.
Exactly.
They came here to record promotional material for this World Cup in Florida.
Exactly.
Yeah, so.
Yeah.
Okay, gents getting ready to step on the stage to be introduced. So, recap, semi-final number 1, Andres Temillo Medio from Spain up against Mete Gazos from Turkey. Right after that, semi-final number 2, Dheeraj Bomadevra from India, Florian Unruh from Germany. Florian, who I think you know very well.
Yeah, he was in Berlin in the National Training Center, and we share a lot of time, and he's a really good archer, Olympic medalist now.
Yeah.
And
he was 4th individually at the games,
yes,
which
on
is super
5th
strong.
in Tokyo also.
5th in Tokyo, yeah.
So
yeah.
He won the European Games, and no, he always shot a 10 when it's needed. It's crazy.
Yeah. He
nearly every time.
Random fun fact and totally irrelevant. He is 3 days older than me.
Oh, really? Close in age.
And he's the husband of Lisa Unruh, famous archer from the past.
Yeah, and he got her surname, because I remember when he was Florian Kalund.
Exactly.
And now Florian Unruh.
And by the way, Lisa had her birthday yesterday. So
Really?
it would be a good gift to get a medal.
Yeah. Well, Lisa, if you're watching, happy birthday.
Yes.
Yeah. Lisa's lovely. She's really cool.
Yeah,
when
all
we
the
did...
best for the baby. You know, she's pregnant.
She's
also.
pregnant.
Yeah.
Yeah, they will be parents.
Oh my goodness, that's
couple of
awesome.
months, yes.
That's awesome.
Yes.
Perfect
Oh,
timing.
When we did the watch along for the Olympics, Lisa joined us over a video call. And when we were doing the mixed team, that Germany was there and all, and I think even individual as well, we got her to come to the show and say a couple of words. It was really cool.
Wow.
So sending love to Lisa.
Yeah. That's really cool. Okay, archers duly introduced, and Andres Temillo, Mete Gazos will pick up their quivers, arm guards, chest guards, and everything to get geared up for the match that is going to come in just a couple of minutes.
Go Spain.
Now, a big thing, a big news talking about Spain was Spain had a coach for many years, a guy that I believe built a lot of the current Spanish success, Elias Cuesta. And it was also big news, I think end of last year or beginning of this year, when he switched to USA.
US. Exactly.
Yeah, so Spain, I guess, lost a very important member of their team.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But I think the good thing in archery is that foundation doesn't fade. When you have a good foundation from
That's
a
right.
good coach, it stays.
Yeah. If it's too centered in one person, then wasn't that good, very likely.
Exactly.
Good. Switching the graphics for the very first match. There you have their faces. I'm going to be plotting the arrows. If you've just joined us and you're wondering, what are these guys watching? We're watching Archery Plus. It's the competition of the very first stage of the Hyundai Archery World Cup 2025 season. It's the very last day of this competition. Competition started on Tuesday with qualifications, eliminations, and everything. And we are on the very last session, very last hour of action in Haines City, Central Florida, where the competition is taking place. And now we have the archers coming up for their match. If you want to watch everything besides from our feed here of the watch along, don't think any longer. Just head into the QR code you have on the left hand side of your screen, and then you can be directed straight to Archery Plus. Choose a subscription, and then you can watch archery all year long, because this is only the first of 4 stages of the regular stages. There's still the final one, and then you can watch it all. And we're here to make you company. I'm Bernardo Oliveira, Brazilian Olympic archer, joined by Mark Dellenbach, world-renowned coach, and Natalia Manjares, amazing archer from Mexico and Spain. And we begin. Mete Gazos shooting first. Ooh. What are we calling that?
I
9.
think it's a 9.
Yeah,
It's in, huh?
could be. He's a little bit to the right. He moved his side a little bit too much.
Well, even if it's out, it's 2-0 for Mete.
Yeah.
You see they analyze how to read the wind. What's the best information you can have on the field?
You, as a coach, would you, for example, have somebody of your team watch the previous matches to come back and tell you?
Always.
Yeah.
Yes, always.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember sometimes also when with Goktuk, for example, when he had match before and I have match before, we have...
You exchange
have a talk,
information. Okay, that's cool. That's cool. Yeah, Göktürk Ergin, the coach right behind Mete Gazos, just for context.
Yes.
Yeah.
The man behind Mete.
Yeah. The mastermind of kind of a revolution in Turkish archery, really, because 10 years ago, Turkey was kind of just another country.
Yeah, exactly.
And then now they are becoming more and more a powerhouse. Second set starting. Andres Temio shooting first, trailing 2-0. Yet to shoot a 10. That one.
I really like seeing these
Now,
matches,
same place.
the difference in technique.
Sorry?
Spain has a very different technique when we talk about when we see Mete shooting or other archers shooting in general. I think it's very interesting to see the different styles.
Elias is pretty much an adept of the Kisikli way
Exactly.
of shooting, right? And
Yeah, the big difference is the angular movement
Yeah.
to come to anchor.
the angular movement, you mean?
Mhm.
Yeah.
There we go. But in general, the shoot still looks very smooth for release and everything.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna mark Mete's first arrow for a measure. I thought that was out. Spotter on site didn't even hesitate. They didn't even mark 8 star. It's like 9. But if you joined us yesterday, you saw how terrible I was in judging line calls. And maybe today
Stay
is not
tuned.
any different.
Wait, we see the Spanish team supporting.
Yeah. Do you think the Spanish can be as loud as the Mexicans? Or maybe no.
Close. I think nobody
Good
beats a
answer.
Mexican.
Good answer.
I think nobody beats a Mexican.
And Natalia touched on the different techniques, and this is the fascinating thing, right? Like, there is not one single way of shooting a bow.
Yeah.
There are different ways. And have you had a lot of interaction with Kisikli, like the guy who created this technique that we see Andres Tamiyon performing?
Yeah. I met him when I start my coaching career. I said I want to see the best coach in the world. So I was in Korea several times, and I also decided to go to Australia because Kisikli was in Australia this time. And I spent 2 weeks with him, and we discussed a lot about technique. But in this time, it was 2000, just after 2001, just after Simon Fairweather won the gold medal match, and it was more the Korean way, I can say. And the KSL shooting sequence with the angular movement come after. So
okay.
and yeah, so but I was in contact with him a lot of time.
Yeah, and of course, I think that, and rightly so, the person that better exemplifies this technique is Brady Ellison.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But if we see here, there's a huge contrast in the preparation Mete is much faster,
Mm-hmm.
and Andres is really steady. Really, he takes his time to get to anchor.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Now he's clearly more dialed into the match.
Yeah.
Mete, on the other hand, maybe struggling. I feel bad to say that people shooting at this level they're struggling, but
Yeah, don't forget that they just restart the program, I think, at the beginning of February. So that's why they are building now the specific strength. So he's not. I'm sure that he's not completely ready
yeah.
to master the ball. The goal is really for him the World Championships.
Yeah, good point. Yeah, and okay, compound is now Olympic, so I think I'm really gonna take some time to get used to that. The fact that compound also,
Finally.
yeah,
Yeah.
are gonna be talking about Olympic cycle for compound, but recurve, where it's not new, nobody is in top form now, right? It's the beginning of the first year after the Olympics. Yeah, we don't expect anybody to be on top form.
Yeah, especially someone like Mete who won 2 medals in the past 2 games, so he need to rest and he need to restart slowly because he don't need to win every World Cup to be ready for the World Championships.
Yeah, and it's funny because you're saying this. Mete, he is after his first stage win since 2019. So he hasn't won a stage for a really long time. But on the other hand, he has won only European Championships, World Championships, the Olympics. So it's funny like that he wins such big stuff, but not a stage in such a long time.
Because I know Goktuk program and it's really the goal is really to be ready on the main goal of the season. So that's why they try to build everything for the main goal, which is normally the World Championship or the European Championships.
Yeah.
The big ones.
Okay,
But
opening
as Natalia
given.
said, the preparation of Andres is really strong. I like it. I always I like quotes also on the Darrell Pace said that there's no badder or there's only bad preparation, and I think it's very important.
Darrell Pace, you said. Yeah.
I think Mete has a good preparation. It's just much more in a big speed.
Fluid.
Yeah. But if you see Andres, is really he takes his time for anchor, and it just at the end it just flows very nicely.
Well, critical arrow here. Mete, 10 to win.
Oof.
Ooh, just out. All 3 nines.
Still 1 point. Still 1
Yeah.
point.
Yeah, 5-3. Not bad.
Andres still has a chance.
Oh, and we can see he's drinking. So, gonna bring this. We can see that Mete is drinking kind of a pink colored
thing.
water. So, for sure, that's kind of isotonic. Yeah, electrolytes. And here at the World Archery Excellence Center at the end of last year, we had the coaching conference. And we had Göktürk, Mete's coach, come and give 2 talks. And we also had 2 talks by the nutritionist of the Turkish team. And he talked about electrolytes and everything. And what I love, and I believe you too, about the Turkish preparation is that, at least of the teams we know, they are one of the teams that take it most seriously, the holistic preparation, right? Physical preparation, mental. On Archery Plus, you can watch the Taking Aim podcasts that we did with Cem Gizep, the psychologist of the Turkish team. So, yeah, cool to see them over there on the field applying what they were talking about.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Well, at the end, it takes a whole preparation to make a champion, not only just shooting.
Yeah.
Nutrition is a big part of that. Hydration.
No, and I apologize. I'm talking too much. I'm gonna leave it more up to you guys.
No, please.
Yeah.
That's good.
strong shot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I had a feeling it was a bit twitchy, but the bow arm was spot on.
Good direction, yeah. Oof.
We have an opening.
Maybe
We
I
might have the first shoot off.
Yes. First of the day. Oh,
And
solid. Very
for
solid.
sure we have a shoot off. And man, how important is it to the very last arrow before you shot a shoot off is a 10?
It's important. You want
Yeah.
to make sure you're straight on point, ready for the next one. Oof.
And Mete, on the other
Wow.
hand, you're going into a shoot off where your previous set you were like from one
One
edge
end to another.
Yes, but in this case, I have an answer. It's also statistic, you know. Mete shoot 2 8 in a row, so 10 are coming.
The first one was 10.
Okay, yeah.
The first one was 10, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
because it's statistic. How many
Uh-huh.
10s he shot?
Yeah.
yeah.
During competition.
Mark is calling
Yeah.
the 10.
Well, but we can look on the right hand side. Both of them they shot the same number of 10s in this match.
Yeah.
So 6 for each. Exactly the same average.
Yeah.
And only one arrow to decide who goes for gold, who goes for bronze. Real quick, Natalia, how does
Yes.
a shoot off work?
So they both shoot only one arrow, and whatever arrow is closer to the X, which is the 10, the closest,
The center of the
exactly
target,
the center of the target. Whoever is closest to the target takes the win.
Only one arrow down to a measure.
Exactly.
Good stuff. The very first of the day on our 5th match. Yesterday, I think we had 3 shoot-offs. It was pretty crazy.
Yeah.
And the brand new target faces for that, because we want to make sure that the measure is
On
there's
point.
absolutely nothing on the way of making a good measure, a good call. Mark, what are you telling your athlete right before a shoot-off?
Nothing else, because it's each arrow after each. It depends on what's happened before. Maybe for Mete, because he shoot 8 left on 8 right, it will be interesting to know exactly what's happened during these 2 shots. But just try to refocus on what you have to do, trust the process, and
I think here the most important is, even though he's shooting against someone else, he's shooting against the 10. So his objective is still shooting a 10.
It's your thing.
Yeah,
Easier said than done, but
Yeah.
there you go.
exactly.
Heartbeat sound on the venue. Can't get any more dramatic than this. Only one arrow to decide whether your gold medal dreams stay alive or not. Mete, shooting first.
Fast preparation, fast shot. Yes.
Ooh.
Statistic.
Door wide open for Andres Temino.
Oh, no!
No! No!
There's no way.
Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness!
okay.
I think he doesn't even believe it yet.
Did he take it?
Oh my goodness.
No words for this.
Wow.
So it's difficult to say from here, huh? Because
Windy condition?
probably I don't expect only.
Well, the wind is going that way. So,
But both of them have should probably around 50 pounds, so the wind have to be very, very strong.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, and we thought that the wind was no longer a factor that much, but look at this shoot.
Do you think you have more pressure on a shoot-off when the opponent just shot a 10 or when they shot a huge opportunity for you to shoot a 10? Like, he just needed to get it in the gold.
Yeah.
What do you think adds more pressure to an athlete? there?
Usually, I try to teach the archers that they have to shoot their best and try to shoot a 10. So it doesn't matter of what shot.
What the other
opponent-
one shot? Yeah.
So the only thing is the
I
emotion
agree.
you can have when you see that. You say, okay, I have an opportunity, but at the end, it's keep your process and try to shoot a 10.
Yeah. Exactly.
Do you know what this makes me think of? It makes me think of Ida and Kibo Bay, London
London
2012, the Olympic gold medal final. It was this 2 8s, and well,
Yeah. At the end, you just need to do the same thing you've been doing through the whole. But it's yeah, in the
Easier
Olympics,
said than done,
in the
yeah.
Olympics
For the goal,
for the gold.
you will shoot a 10, Natalia.
Yes,
you're training for that.
I'm training for that.
No pressure, but you know.
Oh, I think we found the trophy.
Yeah, it's there.
Yeah.
It's on the field.
Yeah, this just explained before we came on air. I was looking because we have one of these, the trophies of the
Archery
like
World Cup.
yeah,
Yeah.
just on the right hand side of the screen on the bottom, you have the drawing of the trophy that the winner gets at the final stage. I thought we had one here at the studio, and I wanted
We're
to
looking
have it,
for it.
Yeah, I wanted to have it here on the table, and maybe it made its way to Haines City in Central Florida.
I saw it laying on the grass somewhere there.
Okay,
New
let's
match.
go for semi-final number 2. Dheeraj Bomadevara up against Florian Unruh.
Confirms the 2 8s. from
Yes.
The previous
Yeah.
match.
I think they weren't watching.
Oh.
Ooh, one maybe too much.
It's like my opponent shot to the right. Let me aim to the left.
Trying to replicate what the other one is doing.
Well, so far so good.
Yeah. Bernardo, you said you used to shoot with glasses in competition as well?
It would depend. There were times when I shot with the glasses, but more often, it would be more often that I would shoot without glasses.
Does it make a difference, like focus wise or?
It made a difference for me a lot of times seeing the string.
Okay.
So that's where it made a difference.
Yeah.
With the sunglasses, I struggled to see the string.
Okay.
But yeah. But also, all my life, I always shot with a hat.
Okay.
So I felt more comfortable without having the sunglasses,
Okay.
the bucket hat.
Yeah, it makes sense.
And as a coach, to be honest, I try to don't wear glasses because I want to see my archers.
In the eyes.
And I don't like to have sunglasses for this.
There are two things that you have told me that I find really, really cool. This is one of them, that you don't want to wear sunglasses because you want to see your athletes in the eye. And the other thing was the fact that you learned German in Germany because you said, in this situation where the athlete is stressed and everything, I don't want the athlete to be speaking English. I want them to speak their mother tongue.
Legend.
I find this amazing.
Legend.
And it's
The
interesting.
string. Yeah, I was gonna say that. The string.
Yeah. Talk about it.
Talk
please.
about it.
Elaborate.
Please, no. Have you used to be? You had one before.
Yeah, I had.
Does it really? Can you see it when you're shooting?
It helps. I mean, not shooting, but before the shot, you know.
Yeah.
A couple of times you might be wondering where the wind is blowing on the line,
Right.
and then the little string helps.
Okay.
I'm sorry to say this publicly on a broadcast, but I would often do. I would lick my finger
Yeah.
to feel the wind. So,
Mm.
yeah.
So for those who don't know what we're talking about, we see at the tip of the stabilizer a little string hanging. So it could help to see how the wind is on your side.
I've seen Brady. He had it
Yeah?
on his stabilizer once, yeah, in a competition.
Mm.
Have you been with Florian, like with him on the box in a final like this?
No,
No.
no.
You were more with the
With the
women's,
women,
yeah, the
yeah.
women's team, yeah.
Technique-wise, did you train the man as well?
Yes, we worked. We were two coaches,
Mm.
and we worked both.
Together.
Yeah, exactly.
He still has a chance to turn it around.
Yeah, it's time now.
Wow, but
He's
whoa,
shooting
what a
strong.
group.
Group now.
Yeah.
What a group.
Mm.
But talking about the little thread hanging from the stabilizer, zero wind on the line right now.
Yeah, that's
Absolutely zero.
Yeah.
But that's really interesting
But
when
as-
you don't have wind on the line, but you have wind on the target.
Yeah.
As we discussed at the beginning, maybe
It's really important to read the flags there. And you call it the sock in English? Do you say sock?
Windsock.
Windsock, yeah. But I think it's still very interesting. The windsock can have no wind, and there's still too much wind on the target. So
Yeah. Now critical moment.
10 to
10
win.
for the win.
and
Just on the line.
1 point.
Yeah, 5-1 isn't bad, huh?
I think we've had every single when we had a chance for the win, it was a tie,
Yeah.
Yeah.
a tie or a win for the other one.
Mm-hmm.
We haven't had a clean 6-0
Yeah.
yet.
We have.
Did
like,
we?
Let me bring it back on the screen and we can check it. We're gonna see it in a moment, just on the right hand side of the screen. Oh, we had the
Oh, we
six.
did.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Penny,
yeah, yeah.
Penny and Alejandra. No, but
Well,
also
Casey as well.
Yeah. Are we even paying attention? Yeah. Okay, let me bring back the match here. But okay, Florian, very comfortable situation, 5-1. Dheeraj Bomadevra finds himself in the not so comfortable position of having to win the next two sets to force a shoot off, to then try to make it into the gold medal final.
Every time on the left, the first arrow.
Mm-hmm. Running out of time to correct that.
Yeah.
Man,
Very solid.
that group on the 10 by Florian is absolutely crazy.
Yeah.
And it's funny, if you look at his group, it's like the height is everything the 10, but
Yeah.
spread sideways, huh?
Yeah, lots left and right. There we go.
Now, yeah, I think this one is pretty much done and dusted for Florian. Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You said it.
With a 6 to win.
Man,
Ooh.
perfect.
How about that?
Solid.
28-30, 29-30.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh,
So it's 10 10 times 10 in this match.
Yeah, out
Wow.
of 12. He shot, his first arrow was an 8.
And the one to win was a.
He
9.
shot a 9,
9.
in the previous set.
That's good.
Wow.
Yes, 9.8 average.
I'm just not gonna say that he is a clear favorite to win because I said this about Alejandra Valencia and then she lost 6-0. So
Yeah, we will see if he can keep this level.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna have Diraj Bomadevra up against Andres Temino Mediel from Spain for bronze in just a couple of moments' time. Now, Diraj is a guy that I rank highly. Like, he hasn't won a lot of big stuff yet, but I like his shot. He has shot some amazing scores, and
No, technically it's really strong. Huh?
Yeah.
Very good position, smooth, stable.
Could maybe do a bit with the mindset, with the mental part.
Maybe, or maybe the wind management also.
Yeah.
Look, but
We don't know.
yeah, and I hear that also there is quite a lot of pressure that they get in India, you know.
Yeah, of
Yeah.
course.
it's amazing.
Yeah, so that can be a factor.
Well, this should be a nice match.
Absolutely. We're almost ready to go for a bronze medal final. Archer's getting ready. And the Diraj in the same situation where Casey found herself, having to go straight back into the venue, into the arena, after having lost.
And the last set was 26, huh? 998. So
Yeah.
I think this is really interesting to see the archers. They really need to be able to get it back together quickly.
they really have to stay in the moment.
In the moment,
present,
yeah,
huh?
focused.
Did you use meditation with your athletes?
Some of them, but
Yeah.
also self-talk, relaxation. It really depends on the archer what they need.
Mm-hmm.
But yes, of course, all this technique, you have to teach this technique, and after they have to adapt what they really need during
And-
competition.
And find what works for them. And
Exactly.
have you tried mindfulness meditation?
I really like it.
I wonder whether it's already on Archery Plus, the Tai Chi session that we had with your mom.
Yeah, I don't know
We are
yet.
waiting for
We're
this.
waiting.
Yeah.
Yes.
With your mom, yeah. Another reason to subscribe to Archery Plus is to watch all the competitions. I've already mentioned the Taking Aim podcast with Karen Bashir, who is commentating on the feed. And very soon, Tai Chi class with Natalia's mom.
Yes. It's a must-watch and perfect
Yeah.
complementary for
Man, I
archery.
really liked when we did that. It was
It
really
was
cool.
fun.
It was really cool.
I think it's interesting how a sport like Tai Chi can come together with archery.
Yeah. No, but when we were doing, we were discussing. It's like everything it has a direct link. It's perfect.
Yeah. For the
We
body,
use it
for the
also
mind.
with the German team,
Mm-hmm.
and no, it works. There is, but that's also what we want to provide here. To have all the tools you can have to be in the World Archery Excellence Center.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. Okay, bronze medal match starting. Do we have the update on the screen? Should come up very soon. Diraj Bomadevra at full draw. Same spot where he finished. It would
Yeah.
be a very nice group.
Good start. Overall, the shot looks strong. It's just those left and rights.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Ooh,
Wow.
talk about good group.
Yeah. There we go.
Okay, he might have found his way back into the center. Good confidence boost to end the first set.
Oof.
Ooh,
Wow.
didn't see that one coming.
Tie.
First tie.
And this is something that, like, I like now that I'm a retired archer. It's so much easier to talk about other people shooting than
Yeah.
to do it myself. But, like, something I felt when I was shooting is that in these matches, like, man, you're shooting for a medal in a big international competition. It's like every single detail, every single arrow matters. And then maybe this can be an arrow that in the end decides the match, you know, kind of
Yeah,
like it was a 9 for Andres Temino to have a 2-point lead. Then he dropped an 8. Maybe this point he will be missing it in the end.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, it's like sometimes you might be look back at the first set and think, that one
That
arrow.
was, yeah, exactly. I think it's interesting because it's not the accumulation of points that compound, but it's still the accumulation of points in a set. So you really need to get those 30s.
Yeah,
in.
yeah. A bit more consistent, a bit stronger. Oof.
Might be a liner.
In or out? Come on, not even Jeff is making a call.
He marked it as a 9.
I think that's out.
I don't know, 10.
The spotter is calling it confidently a 9. So provisional 27 for Bomadevera. Andres Temino with another good opportunity here.
Yeah.
He clinches it.
That's good.
And from that shot, we could see another thing. We saw the Spanish coach. He had a clipboard with little targets, and I believe he is plotting the arrows of his archer. Did you do this?
Yeah,
Yeah.
always, always. I think I was one of the first to do that because it's. I want to explain, and also it's because when you are in the final, archers have stress, but sometimes also the coach, and you don't exactly remember what's happened. Also, if you want to be focused on the moment, so it's good to have fact, and it's easier to show the archers that look at that. The first end was this, the second end also. So now it's time to move your side.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's very important to show them and to have the yeah,
For the communication. Yeah.
exactly.
Confirmation 3-1 for Temino. Ooh, and yeah, it's not going to make a difference, but that arrow by Bomadevera did catch the line.
Okay.
Perfect.
So
Yeah, it was 10.
I think I haven't got a single one right in terms of line call this weekend. What a weekend.
That's the first World Cup of the season. But okay,
You have
I
time.
no worries.
I have time to practice.
We have 3 weeks to Shanghai.
The guy is on fire.
If you see the in the beginning, there was a little group and the underneath and the 10. 10 low. Now it's moving up a little bit. Yeah.
The shot is looking really good.
Yeah, very solid. Very confident.
Okay.
Yeah. Tend to put pressure.
Oh, okay. Another thing that caught my attention is Diraj Bomadevra, I think he doesn't look at the point of the arrow as he's coming near the clicker, but we can see that Andres Temino does it, and Mete as well. This is something you do,
Yeah,
right? What's your take on that? Should you do it? Should you not? Up to the archer?
It's really depends on the archer.
Mhm.
I to be honest, I have both archers. I have archers who use it and have had good results, and the opposite. So it's really depends on the archer.
Mhm.
But I think what is important is also to be able to don't do it, or to do it if it's necessary sometimes. You know, because in windy condition, for
Okay.
example, it can be it can help.
Mhm.
It can help the archer to really reach the full draw in anchor.
Okay.
So, but
Well,
I
and to
say
keep the
most of
timing
the
as
time
well.
I say adaptation is very very important for the archers.
Okay.
So you can have your routine, but sometimes it's good if you can
If necessary, if
it's
conditions
necessary,
require, you
if-
change.
yes, or because you lost confidence on something like that, it can help.
That's cool. Poe, he seems to have found his way, found his shot. Diraj Bomadevra seems to be well dialed in now, up to Andres Temino to keep it up. So far, so good.
In.
Yeah,
You called it. I didn't say anything.
could be.
The spotter put 9-star. Ooh, just out.
I think they're slowly starting to get more face to face.
Could be the opening Temino needed. It'll depend on that arrow by Bomadevra. Ooh,
Oof.
okay.
Okay.
Bomadevra
4-4.
can breathe. Maybe
Is it
it's
depending
4-4.
on? Yeah,
Yeah, maybe it's 4-4.
could depend on that arrow.
Yeah.
I think so.
He's been doing a lot of line cutters. Possible 10, possible 9.
So I put there measure in progress. Let's see whether the feed is going to show us the judge. And we have Vanessa Lee in the background, very focused, creating social media content. Okay, there was a correction over there, but we just saw the judge correcting on the scorecard, and ooh, with a magnifying glass. She's Brazilian, by the way, this judge, Ana Luisa. It was upgraded,
10.
so it was a 10. You called it. It was because you said it. Because if it was me,
Could have been a 9.
so arrow upgraded, and we have 4-4, ladies and gentlemen.
Everything is possible. That's archery.
Yeah, and it really feels like Bomadevra has the upper hand, or he has the momentum, and
Yeah,
Andres Temino is more, I mean,
trying to keep up.
difficult to say the guy is struggling when he shot 28, 29, 29, 28. Difficult to say, but fifth and final set. Can go either way. One of them goes home with a bronze medal, the other one with nothing but
Not to
precious
be biased,
points.
but I hope Spain gets it.
Ah, I wonder why.
Now we have a little bit of win to
Oh.
start.
Yeah, the wind seems to be back, at least on the flags there. Ooh, and what a good moment to shoot a 10.
Mm-hmm.
When it's 4-4, each arrow, you're just giving your opponent the pressure, right?
Definitely a little bit of wind on the archer side.
Yeah.
We saw the finger sling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
Man,
Good way to finish.
adding more and more pressure on Temino. Oh man, a 10 to put it out of reach. Critical arrow by Bomadevra.
Oh,
Oof.
struggling.
Yeah.
No
Maybe,
No
way.
shaky.
maybe he's
no.
thinking about it.
Oh!
Wow.
Wow, it's unlucky.
Man,
29, huh?
Yeah.
Wow.
He
man,
really turned it around.
Yes.
Good comeback.
man. The level of this match was nothing below 28.
Yeah, very cool.
Wow. Man, I can't help but feel sorry for Temino because
He was
shot
doing, he was shooting well.
he shot a hell
Really
of a
well.
match. He shot a hell of a match. And when I said that he was struggling, it was just the odd nines and not keeping up with Bomadevra, who really just
But if you
29,
see,
29, 30 to finish.
it was at the beginning, it was the other way around. You saw Andres was a bit stronger, and then
Yeah.
he lost it a little bit.
Yeah, yeah.
And Barbera, he was struggling a bit in the beginning as well, and he really found a way to close the match.
Yeah. Wait. No. What is wrong? Because we see over there 6-4, but it's not allowing me to tell the winner. This is odd. Anyway, why don't we get back the schedule? Just then to check what we have left. I'm just gonna update the score over there on the bronze medal match. But then, 7 matches done, 1 left. The grand final. Metegazos against Florian Unruh. Honestly, we were always going to have amazing matches here today, but
This were good.
yeah. But I can't help but think that, of course, I think Florian is the favorite on the form that he showed. But Mete, at any moment, he can
He
come
can-
and...
yeah. You never know with him.
Yeah.
He's known for shooting the 10s when he needs to.
Okay. Yeah, they're coming. Getting ready. Wow.
Wow.
Yeah. If you didn't hear that on the feed, Karen Bashir just said that Florian Unruh going after his first stage win since 2014. That's crazy. 11 years ago. And he's not that old, okay? Because we're the same age. It's just that he was really young when he won it. Here we go then. Bringing up the graphics for the very last match in Haines City, Central Florida. Competition coming to a close. Oof. Didn't miss a beat, huh? And Mete.
Right where
Both
he
archers
left.
is starting how they finished the
Yeah.
previous one.
Wow. That's what you need for a final.
Talk about it.
Wow.
Triple
What a
X.
groove.
Start.
And what I really like is because it's a brand new target face. It's so
Yes.
beautiful. Like the target is clean, and then you have 3 axes.
Good
Whoa.
group for Mete, but
Yeah. Just shrugging, kind of like, well, You know, I'm trying.
Well, they know each other very well, because Germany, they make several times training camps in Turkey.
In Turkey, yeah.
So once a month or every 3 weeks.
Super, super strong. And what is like the impression I had from Florian from the couple of times I've met him and we talked? He is like a super calm guy.
Exactly.
Like,
he is.
I can't imagine him screaming. For example, I think never in his life he screamed.
Sometimes you have the feeling that he have no emotions, but everything inside.
Very zen.
I think he, like, if the building was on fire, he would come. Hey, the building is on fire. We should leave.
For sure. That's another level of peace of mind.
And he sure takes it to the shooting line.
Yeah.
Mete shooting first, second set.
Still.
Is still there. Is still to the left, a little bit high. Man, I want to look up his previous match. Was it 10 10s out of
10-10,
12?
yes.
Yeah, what was that? Yeah.
On 1-9
Yeah.
when it was
Yeah.
possible to close the match.
No, and we see on the and still
He
you ca-
shot 2 9s on the whole match.
and you can see on the right hand side of the screen the average, the point average. His point average is 10 in this match.
Yeah.
So-
We need to add the X ring
yeah.
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 for him.
Well, wait for what's coming in Antalya Stage 3 this year.
There we go.
At the limit, we heard the buzzer there. Mete took his time.
Legend.
60.
Wow. Well, here on Yanseo, we have the axes, so it's 4 axes and 2 10s.
Okay.
Not bad.
That's really good. And 2 9s overall.
What a gift for Lisa, huh?
Yeah, yeah, future dad. Do you know when the baby's due? When should the baby be born?
Exactly not, but I think it's for summer.
For summer. Okay. You know if it's a boy or a girl?
It's a boy.
It's a boy.
I asked her yesterday.
Yeah. And do they have a name?
I didn't ask.
Maybe Mark.
Robin?
Man, okay. 4-0 for Florian Roux. But really, you want to take any opportunity you can up against a guy like Mete, right?
Yeah.
Just give it all you got, because you never know when Mete can come back doing exactly the same thing that Florian is doing up until now, just shooting 10 after 10. So you just take the opportunities. Third and possibly final set for sure. Lisa Unruh is hoping it's the final set, but Mete might have a say on that. He does, it seems.
He's back.
Funny, because it's a 10 to the left, and Florian's, the previous 10s were to the left as well.
Whoa.
Oof.
Is he gonna shoot a 90? Really? Really?
Yeah, a straight 90 in final against Mete.
There we go.
But Mete is applying as much pressure as he can now.
We're seeing a Kim Boo-jin 2022 World Cup final.
Yeah.
He's doing it
It was also in Mexico.
in Mexico.
It was, yeah. And Kim Woo-jin did it in the Olympics in Tokyo as well.
Oof.
Ooh, there's the opening. There's the opening. Ah,
No way. Pressure's on.
Oh. Well, he showed his human.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Oh man, and he knew it. Oh my, such a shame. Now his point average went from 10 to 9.8.
Yeah.
What a shame. But well, we're laughing and like it's amazing, but it could be a match deciding moment because
Yeah.
Exactly.
if Florian lets this creep into his mind and Mete continues with the good form,
Yeah. Can turn around.
okay. Yeah, we're seeing some turnarounds here today. Not as crazy as the compound was yesterday, truth be said, but still. Mete shooting first once again. Fourth set. Just clipping the line.
Oof.
Maybe struggling.
Oh, move the side.
Whoa.
He's doing what he needs to do.
Yeah, Mete is on the edge of the 10, but it's 10 points all the same.
There we go.
And Florian's back. Bit of a long hold. Ooh.
Oof.
Hey, right on the buzzer. A tie. Opportunity for Florian again. Oh,
Oof.
1 point.
yeah, 5-3 now then for Florian.
Yeah.
Well, you said that the Turkish, they really work on like, they have their sights set on the World Championships. But we see Mete is struggling, not as much, but the same struggle he had in Paris. Taking too long sometimes, shooting, and then less than a second later the buzzer comes out, and we see it still.
Yes, we talk about this situation during the coaching conference last time because Goktuk was there and he said that it was also specific strength problem because at the beginning of the season Mete have to go to the army and he lost 1 month of training and it was not possible during the season
Yeah,
to
like a last year.
yes,
Yeah.
exactly. It's one of the reason
Yeah,
they have.
Yeah, crazy how this 1 month can.
Because he lost a lot of weight during
Crazy.
this time.
I
And
imagine
you
for
know
him.
that it's muscles
Yeah,
at the beginning.
I imagine that for him, maybe he struggles to keep muscle. Yeah,
Yeah.
there are genetics. Some people, depending on genetics, they're like that.
That's why they do a lot in the gym and also in the nutrition.
Okay, situation looking very comfortable for Florian because all he needs is a tie on this set to take gold in a stage for the first time since 2014. Whoa.
Good shot.
I think he had that little dip in performance, but
Can't get it back.
yeah.
He was looking for X.
Yeah,
He
now
just
a
needs
9.
a 9.
He just needs a 9. Critical arrow, championship winning one.
Oh, he does
and
it.
how about that? Man. All his German teammates standing. Wow. Man,
That's a good way to end.
what a performance by Florian.
Yeah.
And in the mixed team match, they were shooting for bronze. He was shooting with Michel Kroppen. He was shooting really well.
And
Yeah.
in final round, 12 10s, it's huge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
12 out of 15. Man, it's funny because we were talking that this is the beginning of the season, beginning of a cycle. People aren't necessarily on their top form, but still the level
Yeah, it's very high.
Yeah,
very
yeah.
high.
But I know Florian love really archery. That's why he also shoot field archery and everything. And
yeah.
I'm sure
Yeah.
he never make a break. Even if we give him a break, he were on the shooting line, not shooting many arrows, but he want to shoot. He need to shoot.
Yeah.
Aye. And we see the work paying off after a really long time. I mean, it's not that all between 2014 and now he didn't do anything. Like, for sure, he had amazing results, but really happy for him to be back on the top step of a world competition, World Cup stage, and now book the ticket for Nanjing in October for the final.
Great performance.
Phew, amazing.
With a baby in the crowd.
Yeah. So when he is in Nanjing, he will already be the baby will be born. Huh? And there you have it. Oh, and now we can hear from Florian, our World Cup winner.
He can.
So we do see there was a little bit of wind.
Mm-hmm. And not a man of a lot of words, huh?
Yeah. To the point.
Yeah. Direct. But yeah, there on the feed we see then Florian Unruh, stage winner. He is guaranteed to be at the final at the end of the season. But for everyone else, it's also really important the scores, like the points that they won, because you don't really have to win a stage to be at the final, because Mete, Diraj, they've scored important points to qualify for the final. So maybe if you make the final four one other time, maybe you score enough points to be in the final over there.
Yeah.
Oh, and there we have a close-up shot of the capybara with the
It's amazing.
I need to have one of those.
Yeah. We need a new mascot for the center.
Oh my goodness. Good. Everybody with their jackets, ready for the podium. I just feel a little bit like I wouldn't like to be wearing a jacket. We could see the sweat on Florian's face. Yeah, and then you have to put a jacket. Oh, Bomadevra, good call, without a jacket.
Yeah.
There you see. Mete checking his phone. Are you texting Mete?
No, I'm texting.
No, you don't have to tell us.
I'm texting Florian to
Really?
Yeah.
I remember from competitions, especially after a performance like that, I would always leave my phone on my bow case. And then after all of this, and then you go back to pack your equipment, and then you pick up your phone and like billions of
Ding, ding,
messages.
ding, ding, ding,
Yeah,
ding.
like a trillion messages. And
Yeah.
That must be amazing coming back and opening too. Oh, congrats!
yeah, it's really cool. It's really cool. And then you spend 3 hours replying to everyone. But then it's perfect because the next day everybody's flying back home and a lot of airport time, and you
Yeah.
have the time for that. The Indians, the only team that tries to match the Mexicans in terms of crowd noise.
Yeah, could be close.
And the medals have changed, huh? Like the design of the medals was different in other seasons, and
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, not the happiest look on Meta's face with that silver, but
Yeah.
man, Florian was the man of the day, really.
Yeah.
Really.
What a performance. I'm gonna text Lisa later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A very happy birthday weekend.
He lives in Berlin.
Yes.
Yeah. And we hear the German anthem that I've heard a billion times as a Formula One fan, growing up watching Michael Schumacher and later Sebastian Vettel. There was Formula One race, by the way. I didn't see the result today.
Oh yeah, yeah, me neither.
Did you see the result?
No.
Bahrain Grand Prix. I mean, that Airbelen watch
Yeah,
looks
it's
good,
nice.
huh?
Mhm.
It's French, huh? It's not Swiss.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's French.
I had one.
Really?
You know what?
Oh.
Because when I live in France, Jean-Charles Valadon is in touch with the company,
Ah,
and he gave me one.
that's nice. Farewell. Farewell. That's sweet, huh?
All the team.
That's cool, man.
Yeah.
Wow. As you said, focus is on the World Championships, but come on. You gotta be happy walking out in April knowing that you're going to the final in October.
Yeah.
Awesome then. Right then. I guess we're coming to a close, coming to the end of this watch along. Just put up the graphic. Thanks for everyone for watching. Thanks above all to Natalia Manjares, amazing archer from Spain and Mexico, who trains here at the World Archery Excellence Center, for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, thanks. It was a pleasure. Thanks, Mark, for joining. It
Thanks,
was
Bernardo.
really insightful, really chill, and I had an amazing time. I hope you all who joined us also enjoyed it. Final thoughts on today's competition and on how the season is now kicking off to continue, Natalia?
I think it's a really good start. We have, well, not really new faces, but we have Penny Healy coming back from 2 years out in the top 4, so it's a good start for her. And I think overall for the men as well, it was a really good match. So good way to kick off the season.
Yeah, and the wait is over. Like
Yeah.
we had the Olympics and then the World Cup final, and now Recurve Archery Outdoor is back, and yeah, it was a good start.
Yeah.
Yeah. Great. Mark, final thoughts?
No, it was really interesting, and I'm delighted of the next stage in Shanghai with the Koreans.
Yeah,
After the
Yes.
games,
that's
it
right.
will be
That's right.
interesting to see. But I hope they watch the matches of the day, and the level was especially for Florian very high. So
Yeah.
it can be interesting in 3 weeks.
Yeah.
And giving context, the Koreans haven't finished their selections yet, so this is why they're not there because they don't have a team decided yet. But then in Shanghai, we think they're going to be there. Such a short trip, and
Exactly.
Yeah.
yeah. And you,
With the World Championship team. So
yeah. And you are going to Antalya in June and Madrid in
Yes,
July.
exactly,
Yeah.
on the World Championships.
And the World Championships. Cool,
Yeah.
cool. All of these competitions you can follow, of course, on Archery Plus and with a watch along. Every time I'm gonna have different guests, but I mean, doesn't mean we can't repeat. So, for sure, this is not the last you've seen or heard from Natalia or Mark, because for sure I'm gonna grab you guys for other watch alongs because this one was a great one. But yeah, I guess there isn't a lot more to add on that. I just want to thank you all for joining us. It's been a pleasure being with you. I'm Bernardo Oliveira, Brazilian Olympic archer. Today I was joined by these two legends, Natalia Manhares, Mark Dellenbach. And the Archery World Cup is going to be back in just about a month's time. The circuit relocates to Shanghai, China for the second stage, but the first stage, Haines City, Central Florida, is now in the books. We have a couple of weeks' time between the second stage. There's going to be other competitions in the meantime that you can watch on Archery Plus, but I'll for sure see you back here. Same schedule, same idea. We're going to be following all the action in Shanghai, and I'll see you then. Thank you so much and take care. Bye bye.
Bye bye.